Welcome to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I'm your host, Xaviera.
And I'm your co-host, Karla.
And we thank you very much for tuning into episode 325 of the Ice Cream Convos Podcast. So, as many of you know, the biggest story of this week is the passing of Chadwick Boseman. For many of us, we were completely blown away because no one literally saw this coming. And Karla, I just want to ask you really quickly, where were you when you found out about Chadwick Boseman passing away?
I actually was. You probably be able to tell better than I.
Oh yeah.
I was at home. I'm trying to remember exactly what I was doing when you called me. You called me and told me, and I felt so bad because I was shocked, but then at the same way, I'm trying to figure out how to, because you were devastated. You know, and I'm trying to comfort you, and at the same time, kind of did. So it was really awkward. Matter of fact, I was in this room, my project, doing a classroom for CJ, and that's when you called, and you broke the sad news to me.
And you know what? It's so funny because, you know, we love our ICC friends. We actually treasure y'all so much. And some of you started out as Ice Cream Convos friends, but you've really become my family. And Shantae Wilder is one of those people because Shantae actually reached out to me to let me know about Chadwick. And when she first sent it to me, I was just like, no, girl, I think somebody probably got this. You ever see something and it's almost like your brain can't process it?
Right.
And I literally was sitting there looking at her text and she was like, Zavi. And I'm just like, So then, you know, of course, I'm like, internet rumors, let me go get a source. And Shantae was right back with a source. Like, boom, here's the source.
Yeah.
And then my heart started sinking. And when my heart started sinking, I started writing the post, just trying to make sense of it. And then once I finished writing the post, I was like, I gotta call my best friend. So I called you. And, you know, and then I felt like that person. I never want to be that person who delivers bad news to someone else.
Yeah, but
and I ended up being that person.
Yeah, but that's what you do. And first of all, hats off and shout out to you for being able to actually write about it. You know, at that moment, get it out. It's a difference, you know, if you had a day or two, but you know, because of what you do, you had to get that out right away. So how did you know, I don't know how you wrote it. You did a great job. Like I said, shout out to you, but I don't think I could have done it.
Okay. Look, you said I did a great job. No, listen. It's so funny because, again, my ICC friends, you know, I got that post out. I was able to get that post out because I think I literally was just stunned because there have been several times where I have written posts where I'm laughing out loud and my family is looking at me like, you good? Because I try to put stuff in the post that tickles myself. You know, I just try to get a good laugh anytime I can.
Absolutely.
And then there's those posts that hurt, those posts that devastate, those posts that just, it feels like it draws the energy out of you. And that was one of those posts, but I think I literally was on autopilot. And in that particular situation, I think it really didn't start to sink in until you and I had a conversation. And then once we started our conversation, then that's when we both was at one point, we was like, and then.
Yeah, no, I'm not laughing at it, but it was hard.
It was, it really was. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, after, you know, I thought like after, you know, Kobe's death, I feel like we're still grieving from that. And then just to have this is just huge. Two, you know, icons, legends. I mean, ancestors at this point, as you know, you would say. I don't know. It seems surreal almost. It just doesn't seem real. I guess how I feel.
A lot of conversations were around how come people are so upset over someone they've never met or someone they don't know personally. And what Chadwick Boseman represented as a Black man, as a Howard University graduate, as the Black Panther. And that's the difference. Chadwick Boseman represented something beautiful for the Black community.
Absolutely.
Like, think about the way we felt when I went hit the theater in all Black. I was on Wakanda Forever. I was like, what you want some Wakanda problems? What kind of problem you want today? You know, it was just a different energy. And, you know, for a long time, Black people, we've been making films. We just as talented as our counterparts. We be out here getting it. We provide for our family. We're talented. We do all these different things. But in the entertainment industry, a lot of times when there's a film with a predominantly Black cast, is labeled as a Black movie, straight to DVD, this, that, the third. Black Panther superseded all of our biggest imaginations.
Yes.
I mean, just from the gorgeous melanin to the Black excellence from beginning to end. And he gave us our Black superhero. Now,
there it is.
Don't get it twisted. We got some real life superheroes out here putting in the work every day. But what I'm saying is he gave us a Black superhero, because growing up, I only had Superman, and then Batman and Robin, they talking about pew, pow, poom, pup. Remember how corny it was?
Wham and
wham, wham. And, he gave us a real Black superhero, someone that our kids can look up to, someone that as a grown woman, I'm like, I'm trying to get to Wakanda. What's good?
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to be in the Dora Milaje, put me down. Where do I sign up? Because I know y'all gonna have to put me through a rigorous training course, because the way this button gut is set up, I'm not gonna be able to wear the outfit.
Stop, girl.
I'm not gonna be able to wear the outfit for a little bit, but y'all can put me in training, or I could just help Shuri. I could go ahead and do the data. I could back up her data. I could do something to help in Wakanda,
Right.
Chadwick represented something so much bigger than himself.
Absolutely. And then if you look at the iconic roles that he played, and mind you, we didn't know then, but battling stage 4 cancer, that it just left me speechless. Like, it leaves me speechless. I don't know how he did it. I just don't know how he did it.
I don't either.
He's amazing.
He is. And to think he was like, it wasn't like, okay, he did 42. He did the James Brown film. He did Thurgood Marshall. But the Black Panther, do you think about physically how strenuous that role was physically? Because he was doing them stunts. I was obsessed with that film. I mean, as far as he could, as a human being, do the stunts. They bring in the professionals to do the stunts. Right. But he was giving 1,000% on those sets. I watched all that behind the scene footage because, I was obsessed. He really gave 1,000%. Not only did he give us all this great material as far as films, this man was battling cancer and visiting children who were diagnosed and battling cancer in hospitals, because guess what? He's the Black Panther. He's out giving hope while he's battling the same thing quietly and I don't want to say by himself, because I'm sure he had loved ones in his tight knit circle, but just on a bigger scale of things, because I could stub my toe and I'm gonna get on Instagram and everybody need to know what I'm going through, because I need y'all to uplift my foot in prayer. But he went through all of it by himself, and just without people know. Spike Lee, The Five Bloods. Spike Lee said they filmed that whole film and he had no clue that Chadwick was sick. Ryan Coogler filmed Black Panther, had no clue that he was sick.
Wow.
None. No clue. His castmates had no clue. But there's a part of me that feels like Angela Bassett knew.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, because if there's
that
anyone,
gut feeling.
Yeah, plus Angela Bassett gives, mama vibes.
Yeah,
and she would be the person that he could confide in or pray with, or talk to her about things on another level. So if anyone knew, I believe it was Angela Bassett. Not only that, but once he passed, Angela Bassett had her posts up like this. And I pay attention to certain things maybe differently than some people do. Because, if I'm devastated, my first thought not going to be, let me go to Instagram and write this, blah, 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 And she was on it. Doggone it. She was on it. Now, I'm not saying, and this is just nothing but speculation. So please don't take it in stone and be like, Auntie Angela, Zavi was saying that you had known about it. No, this is just my own personal speculation, just based off of things we've seen in the past.
Right.
You know, and Shantae brought up a great point. He did Black Panther, he did Infinity War, and he did Endgame.
Yeah, see, I don't know. Amazing. I mean, we've all have someone close to us that has battled some stage of cancer, right? We're talking about the last stage. That it just boggles my mind. He's just he was an amazing human. His spirit.
He was a real life superhero.
Yeah,
in every sense of the word.
Exactly.
In every sense of the word. And, you know, to think on April 15th, Jackie Robinson Day, you remember he came on social media to talk about this awesome initiative that he linked up with someone else, and they were going to donate some millions. I can't think of the dollar amount. Some millions of dollars towards protective gear for people in the healthcare industry, PPE, right?
Yeah.
And people were questioning, and that it caught me off guard when I saw him. I can't front. It caught me off guard. And people began questioning his health, and people began becoming concerned after seeing him look so small. Some people were like, oh, it's probably for a role, because remember, we saw 50 Cent do that when he tried to.
Oh, yeah, that was scary. Oh,
it was very scary. So then there were some people who were like, well, maybe it's for a role. And then there were others who, if you've experienced it, you know that look means it's health related. It's not a role. I didn't want to argue with people. I didn't want to, try to, he is, that's not my place. I respect him far too much to do that. But when I saw that, it hit me different. Right.
Yeah.
But I did receive information from an inside source that told me back in April that he was battling some form of cancer. Now, with that being said, the way they presented it to me led me to believe that the battle was behind him. Like you're going through it, the battle behind him.
Remission okay.
Now it's just a matter of him getting right back. You know what I'm saying? He got to get his weight back up. He got to get his strength back up.
Right.
And so that was my knowledge on April 15th, that I knew that in some way, shape, or form, it involved cancer. But y'all know me. Y'all know how I operate. Y'all know I try to operate in a space of integrity. I never once opened my mouth and said anything to anybody, regardless of what was told to me in reference to his health.
Yeah.
So, so with that being said, when it was just like he passed away, and it's like, what? And so the cancer was far worse than I could have ever imagined or ever thought. And so the world has lost a true king. The world has lost a real life superhero.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's hard to fathom. It really is. And I know we're not immortal, but he was 43 years old. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the 43, because something unprecedented happened with that. So when Chadwick passed away, I went and did my own personal research as far as like his age and all that, because in the past, some things have been off and I've been embarrassed as a creator. Right. And so when I went and did my research and got my information, it said that Chadwick was 42, but all the press releases that were dropping, well, I think it was the Associated Press who got the original statement from the family. They were like 43. So everywhere I'm looking, it says 43, but here I am standing in the middle of the street with 42. And what was crazy about that was I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, he passed away at 42, played Jackie Robinson, who was number 42 in the film 42, right? The last time we saw him visibly outside of paparazzi who were invading his privacy and trying to post pictures of him and all of that ignorant mess, was April 15th, Jackie Robinson Day. So I'm like, yo.
Wow. Yeah.
Like the significance of that, right?
Very symbolic. It would have been like, wow. Yeah.
So I'm sitting, and you know how I am, Karla. When I feel like I'm right and I feel like everybody else is wrong, it's like, do I just get wrong with everybody else, or do I look like I'm wrong? So there were people in the comments telling me he's 43. And I'm like, but all of my information, I deal with IMDb. I deal with like everything tells me he was born in 1977. His birthday is not until November. So everything was telling me he was 42. So I'm like, oh man. So I was like, I'm sticking to my guns. It's just going to be 42.
Right.
I don't care if I look like I got his age wrong. I hope people don't think I'm disrespecting him, his legacy, his family, anything. That 42 is significant.
Oh yeah.
Girl, went to bed, woke up the next morning. Everything. It literally was like Thanos snapped his finger. Everything the next morning when I woke up was 43. IMDb was 43. Google was 43. Wikipedia was 43. I said, look at this power. Look at this power. Yeah. Now I refuse to believe that throughout all these years, y'all had that man's birthday wrong. I refuse to believe it. But when I woke up the very next day, I was like, well, I guess I got to change everything to 43. But and you know, I just wanted to share the significance of that number 42 because in my heart of hearts, I believe Chadwick was 42 because for so long they said his birthday was 1977. And I also took pride in the fact that we were so close in age. And I'm like, yo, we're this close in age and he was able to accomplish all of this. Then it ain't too late for me. You know what I'm saying? Right. My push-up bra and my what you call it? What is it called? The body shaper. And I'm about to go out here and get it. And so, you know, he inspired me in that way, you know, so it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
It is. It's heavy. It's
a lot.
It's going to take us a while to really, I'm telling you, we're going to be in denial. You're going to wake up some days and it's going to be like, because I still wake up some days and I hate to keep comparing like deaths, but I wake up some days and forget Kobe's gone sometimes. So I think you were saying we realized that, you know, about, you know, no one is immortal, but when you see people like that make that much of an impact on the world, you almost look at them as larger than life. And I think that's where that comes from when we're kind of like, no, we go through denial. We actually kind of go through a denial phase when we first hear the news.
We do. I will tell you what broke me down on social media. You know, anytime someone who is a public figure or just someone who has had a great impact on all of our lives or on the world, you already know the social media eulogy is about to go down.
Oh, yeah.
And social media was flooded, which makes it even more difficult because now you're just seeing all these people sharing their personal stories. Yep. I said, I think I may even told you, I was like, you know, all the celebrities are digging through Getty Images right now, trying to find pictures of them and Chadwick together. You know, somebody got somebody spell checking their posts, you know, but I understand the urgency or the urge to want to pay tribute and honor such an amazing man. But then there's Omari Hardwick. Oh, he's so problematic, man. Like Omari Hardwick is
problematic.
He's problematic. He's no. He's tiring. You ever see somebody who's tired?
Yeah, I agree with that one. Tiring is. I think that fits him kind of. It fits better.
Omari Hardwick is fine as frog hair.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's just
give him that.
He's great to look at.
Yes.
You know, he kills it as Ghost. Well, not killed, but he killed it past tense. I said killed it. Not killed it, killed it. He killed it as Ghost on. Right. But I want to read to you his tribute to Chadwick Boseman that had the streets of the internet ablaze. You know, because sometimes just allow the pastor to do the eulogy. Please. But he posted a video of him, I guess, accepting a NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Actor in a drama series for Power. And he wrote, and I'm just going to read until I get to the foolishness and then I'm going to cash out. He said, I didn't have enough time that fateful night to share what I whispered to you. So now I will. But not before sharing what you said first. You said, oh, go claim that award that had your name on it from the gate. From the moment I met you, I whispered back, thank you, Bose, for being the superhero I knew you were from the moment I met you. Then I quickly added, we still got to do that movie together. You replied, bet. And here's where the tomfoolery commences. I hear you whispering more than ever, my dearest brother of Black Panther. One of my biggest honors was being one of your biggest competitors and an even bigger friend. I'm going to cash out right here.
Wait, what? Biggest competitor. He said biggest competitor. One of your. That's the first. That's the first time I'm hearing this. So I got to take that all in.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to marinate. ICC friends who are watching live, I need you to go ahead and chime in. Let me know how you feel about Omari Hardwick's statement, and or tell me your favorite Chadwick Boseman role and or film. Friend,
wow.
Can I just say to you that I love Omari Hardwick. I love Chadwick Boseman, but I do also love Omari Hardwick because he's a Black man. All right.
Right.
That's what we do. We love our Black men through thick and thin.
All day.
Through sickness and health, through Dumb and Dumber. We hold them down. Right.
Yeah.
But this post right here really was wild because the post didn't even include a picture of Chadwick Boseman. It was a video of Omari winning an award. This was not about.
Wow.
This was not about Chadwick Boseman, other than it's almost like taking the podium to give a eulogy and talking about how fly you were, but my girl was always right there by my side when I was fly every single time I was fly.
Right.
She was always in the breeze of my flyness. And this is not the first time Omari has said something wild.
No, not at all. I'm not surprised.
But I regret to inform you that wasn't the end of it. A commenter said, how did you manage to make Chadwick passing about you? You played a drug dealer. Chadwick played some of the greatest inspirations for African Americans. You can't even equate the two. Hallelujah, sis.
Hey.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Omari responded, your message is as cancerous as what Chad fought. Sad. Good luck going forward. God bless you, girl. If I still wasn't making payments on this phone through AT&T, I would have threw it clean out the window.
Another one. Just some people's social media accounts just need to be suspended. Just for the tomfoolery.
Suspend it. It don't even and then there was a time when I felt really bad for not Chadwick, excuse me. I'm gonna keep saying Chadwick because he's first on my mind, but there was a time when I really felt bad for Omari Hardwick because I felt like people gave him a very hard time. And I felt like people were very hard on him. He wanted his privacy. Remember, don't ask him for an autograph when he's with his family. We had a conversation. I wrote a blog post. And I will reference it later on for you guys, telling you the proper way to approach Omari Hardwick for an autograph. You remember that post?
Yes.
Okay. Because Omari has been problematic for quite some time. But this right here, for you to even mention the cancer and compare what took Chadwick's life to someone checking your ego in the comment section of Instagram is nothing less but disgusting.
Yeah. Period.
It's wild.
It is. All for attention. He said, when you just from listening to you, I heard at least 10 to 20 times. Yeah. Bye, Omari.
I really wish Omari had kept that little whisper conversation he allegedly had with Chadwick between the two of them.
Yes.
Just keep it up. Everything don't need to be told.
Attention seeking. You know how it goes.
Child, I'm tired. Everything don't need to be told.
Exactly.
But with that being said, thank you guys so much for definitely sharing, your favorite Chadwick Boseman roles. And it's not hard. I mean, we got everything. 21 Bridges, Black Panther, Thurgood Marshall, So what an incredible loss. Just what an incredible loss. And it's going to take some time to heal from it. And me personally, when someone of that magnitude passes away, everything in the headlines are about them,
Flooded. Yes.
And I had to make a conscious decision, as I always do, with Ice Cream Convos, was that I did not want to make anyone feel like, or even myself, it's about me. I did not want to feel like I was trying to get clicks off of such a huge loss.
Right.
I'm going to tell you he passed away. I'm going to share with you. I did create a post about like the Marvel family and the Black Panther family paying tribute to him.
That was cool.
And then with Michael B. Jordan, because I know people were waiting to hear from Michael B. Jordan. And I don't even think Lupita has been even able to say anything yet. If she has, it flew over my radar. So with that, you know, a lot of conversations, like Shantae have said, you know, a lot of conversations about colon cancer and things of that nature have started coming to the forefront. What is the proper age? You know, maybe we should lower the age to start getting tested early, you know, because a lot of cancers affect melanated folks, a lot of different.
And you know what?
A lot of different.
But and on that note, a lot of it too, yes, it does. That you made a very good, Shantae, too. That's a very good point. And also what happens with us, we don't know our family history a lot of times. That's really just when I'm working in healthcare, that's a big problem for us. And a lot of times, not all the time, you know, the cancer, it could be a genetic thing. So if it's genetic, if they know that, they could test you earlier, because even though I think it's at like 50 years old for the colonoscopy, I'm not sure. But if you have someone in the family, you know, mom, dad, someone, you know, close to you, they will, you know, they will test you earlier. But yes, it does. Shantae made a good point. It creates more of an awareness. Also, you know, his death. So that's very true.
Yeah. And just with that being said, let's honor Chadwick Boseman's legacy by staying on top of our health, by being the best that we can be, by chasing our dreams, by exuding our Black excellence in every single way, shape, and form, because that is the way he lived. That is the way he carried himself. And one final thought, could it have been that Chadwick chose to keep his illness to himself, not to, what's the word I want to use? Just not to break the reverence that we hold Black Panther in the sense of, and I know I didn't say it right, so let me just try one more again. For instance, he is the first Black superhero. In his head, did he feel like, I cannot say I am dying of colon cancer because I am the first Black superhero? What would it say to kids to know that I'm dying? And I'm supposed to be a superhero. That's actually a different perspective. I never looked at it that way. You have a good point. I didn't even look at the whole superhero, because no matter what, superheroes, they're strong, they're healthy, I like I was saying to you, a personal conversation. I feel like, you know, when you're battling cancer, one of the biggest things you think about physical, your mental and your emotional health have to be the best that it can be. Being on a level that Chadwick was on, paparazzi, you know, you get all of this stuff from the outside, and he needed that mental and that emotional health in order to fight the 4 years he fought, which is still extremely amazing to me. So that's what I think, but you have I think it may be both. It's like, here, I'm this superhero. I gotta be strong. There's no way I could look weak. I can't be sick. And then there's his mental and his emotional health in order to continue to fight. Yeah. All right. I guess this is a good spot for us to take a break. That's when you'd be like, but yeah. So, this is a good spot for us to take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about somebody who done joined the Alphabet Gang. All right. Okay. So when we come back, I'll tell you when we get back. Because it's so funny, because last week on the podcast, when we got ready to take a break, I said, we're going to take a break 30 times before we actually took a break. So with that being said, you all right, girl. Anytime I clap like this, y'all know I'm about to start editing. So with that being said, we are going to take a break. And when I come back, I will let you know who joined the Alphabet Gang. This is us taking a break. All right, Karla, get your water. I don't know why Whistle While You Twerk by the Yin Yang Twins popping in my head right now. Try to fight it. Ain't nothing but Satan. Ain't nothing but Satan. All right, guys. So we are back from our break, and I want to talk about the story that probably broke the internet yesterday. If it didn't break the internet, it damn sure put a real nice little dent or scratch, or it severed the little corner a little bit. But
it put a dent. It put a huge dent.
It put a huge dent in the internet. Niecy Nash is married, y'all. But Niecy Nash married a lady. And so Niecy Nash married Jessica Betts. Now, I don't know exactly when she got married, but she took to the streets of the internet streets on yesterday, on God's beautiful Monday, and announced that she was married. Okay. And she is married to Jessica Betts. Now, Jessica Betts is a recording artist. And if the name and or face looks familiar to you, it is because Jessica Betts, remember when Missy Elliott had her version of Making the Band way back in the back? It was years and years ago. I'm not sure if you remember that, but Jessica was one of the contestants on there. So, and she won. She won the very first year of the show. She was one of the contestants. So then fast forward, she was releasing music and doing whatever it is that she does, right? And I don't know how her and Niecy actually came to know each other, but I can tell you that Jessica was a guest star on Claws.
Okay.
Yeah, she played a bartender on Claws. Okay. Now, someone else told me that Jessica performed at Niecy Nash's last wedding when she married Jay Tucker.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know. I haven't checked that myself. So I need to check on that on myself. But the scoop is that Jessica performed at her last wedding. Wow. Now, Niecy Nash just separated from Jay Tucker after 8 years of marriage in November of 2019. Right? Okay. I believe the divorce wasn't official until March of 2020. It's between March, April. Yeah, March, April of 2020. Okay. And then here she is. Her is married now in August.
Wow. See, I'm thinking that the divorce was back in 19. That's new. Now that you're saying that. Wow. That was fast. Very fast.
Yes, but it's so funny because some of my friends who are in the Alphabet Gang, they was like, y'all, we move quick. Y'all know we move quick. We ain't got no time to be dillying and dallying. We know what we want. We're going to go get it. So I was like, okay, well, I can't be mad at that. But when I tell you, the last thing that I expected to see yesterday was the fact that, number one, I am more, for the record, because ICC is LGBTQIA. I think it's +1 now on the end. We are very friendly, right?
Yes.
We love everybody. We equal opportunity shenanigans. We love all of us, right?
Everybody.
All right. So with that being said, I was more shocked that Niecy had got married again than I was that she married a woman.
Yeah.
And then I was shocked that she married a woman. Now, can I just say, can I just say that after coming off of an 8-year marriage to a fine brother, I don't know what he was like at home. I don't know what he was like behind closed doors, as my great grandmother would say. I don't know what she was dealing with, in the privacy of their home. But on the outside, he was fine. And apparently at some point in time, things was going good because Niecy took every opportunity that she could to tell me how to keep my man happy.
Yes. Remember that. Yes. Because then it was like shortly after that is when she's a divorce or they separated. Right?
I remember something to the effect of, if you want to keep your man happy, keep his belly full and his nuts empty. Was that the quote?
Yep. It might not be verbatim, but that's pretty much what she said.
Okay. So how we go from keeping his belly full and his nuts empty to
don't do it.
Hello from the other side.
Yes.
This you got a body roll like, hold on. So listen, I'm just gonna keep it 100 because we try to keep it cute. We try to keep it really professional on this. But I'm gonna tell y'all from my personal perspective. Now I'm about to talk to y'all the way I talk to Karla on the phone, and she tells me, she warns me to be careful with that. But when I see a woman come off of an 8-year marriage with a man and then get married to a woman in less than 6 months of the divorce being finalized, somebody got turned out. Yeah. Or it was going on all along. It would, one or the other, right? I don't mean it like that. I'm saying the maybe not that relationship, but maybe she had those feelings for a long time. That's the only two things I can think of. Yeah. Because how many people out here are not fully living in their whole That's what truth? I'm saying. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. Because I'm going to tell y'all. Okay, I'm not judging. What? But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I would, but I'm just saying that who did I say on the show one time? Because one time I revealed my girl crush, and I can't remember who it is now. Because it's been so long since I mentioned it. I know, I'm sitting here trying to remember too. Who did I say would make me go, hello from the other side? I love it. The vocals though. You better get it. I can't remember right now. Was it Jill? Jill Scott. Oh, it was Jill Scott. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I didn't want to be wrong now. I ain't wrong. I'll be taking a long walk after the dark. I don't care what y'all say about me. I don't care what y'all say about me. Jill's beautiful. Yeah. Man, Lord have mercy. I love me some Jill Scott. I'll be like, now I know these songs ain't that good for me to feel like this. So, but with that being said, at the end of the day, I love my ICC friends because the comment section on Facebook was in shambles. I mean, you had the people who were like, say what now? And then you had the people was like, yes. And then you had the people that was rebuking the marriage in the name of Jesus. It was a lot going on Facebook. I just love that she's doing what I love the fact when people live their life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I was surprised that I was more surprised she got married again. But then I'm like, go ahead, girl. Like, do you? She looked happy. She's very happy. So isn't that what we all shoot for? Happiness. That's what we all shoot for. Yes. And Jessica was like, I got a whole wife. I was like, boop, yes. Boop, boop. So, she got a whole wife. So, just shout out to Niecy Nash and let this be one of those, just live your life. I mean, live it how you see fit. People going to talk about you anyway. They're going to talk about you. That's a word. Yeah. That's a word. They're going to talk about you anyway. Yep. So might as well just be happy in whatever it is that you're doing. Exactly. So congratulations to them. I think I'm going to do a blog post about Jessica Betts and just give some more insight and a little more background into Jessica. Because people are like, number one, Niecy got married again. And then Niecy married a woman. And who is this woman? Yeah. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just add a little, maybe add a little. You definitely need to do that because I was one of them. I'm like, Jessica Betts. You hear a name and it's ringing a bell, but you just can't connect the dots. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But at the end of the day, congratulations to Niecy Nash. Congratulations to Jessica. I wish y'all much love and happiness. And do you, boo-boo? Do you? I can't even be mad at it. No. I just really can't. But if you want to see the wedding pictures and things of that nature, be sure to visit icecreamconvos.com where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. Yeah. So did you slide through the Brandy and the Monica Verzuz thing last night? Did you slide through? Yeah, I slid through. I couldn't hang to the end, but I think I hung pretty much to the end. I was definitely in there. I slid through. You slid. Was you in there? Of course. Well, I stopped by the dancery, but they wasn't dancing, so I left early. No, you didn't say the dancery. Yeah, I had stopped by the dancery, but it wasn't popping for me the way I thought it was gonna be popping. But what? I felt like real quick, it felt like a listening party a little bit, or was it just me? No, it wasn't just you. It felt like a listening party. Okay, to be fair, if you look at the big picture, what did we actually expect Brandy and Monica to do? We didn't expect choreography.
True.
That's
true.
And
that's true.
We have two R&B singers, but it is very important for me that I mentioned this, and I don't want you guys who love Brandy or who love Monica to get mad or frustrated with me, because it just is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing that jumped out at me, like, hey, we here, mm-hmm. was the energy between the two women. You remember when it was like, when you and your siblings would get into a fight and your mama be like, now go on over there and hug him. Y'all be like,
yeah.
And smile. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. It was obvious. It was very obvious. It was.
Okay, so all right, some real talk. All right. Mm-hmm. And I just y'all can just
Let's
eat me up in the comments. Y'all can eat
this thing back.
All right. Y'all can just eat me up in the comments, do whatever it is that you want to do. Karla, just don't let me read the comments. We'll just leave it at that. When I came in, no, I'm not even gonna let me back up. That's me rewinding.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I can do it better than that. I can do it better. Okay, there it is. The hype around it. I get the hype around it because these two have been frenemies for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the hype around it. Fans, people, the industry have pitted them against each other for a long time.
Their whole careers.
A very long time. So I get it. So for them to come together and decide they're going to do this, versus battle, who won? Swiss and Timberland.
Yep.
That's who won.
Yeah.
Swiss and Timberland. Those are the two winners in all of this, right?
Yeah.
I have never once seen Verzuz merchandise. But 100% of the proceeds went to a great cause.
Yeah.
The Michelle Obama, what is it? So we all can vote, her initiative to get everyone who is legally of age and that can vote to get them registered to vote, because we're going to need all these votes in November. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm just put that out there right now.
It's a great cause.
Great cause.
A great cause.
So the first thing that annoyed me about the entire situation was we had two posters for one versus battle.
Nuts. Kicked off with the bullshit early. As soon as you hit me up and told me that, I'm like, here we go. We go.
When we all vote. When we all vote is the organization. Thank you so much, because I felt really bad for not being able to remember that. So the first thing that let me know, this what type of party this is.
Yep.
Two posters, because even in their squashness, even in their queens adjusting each other crowns, you're not going to have one poster out with her name first. I need a poster with my name first, and then you can do one with her name first. Because even Swiss and Timberland still, even in the whole, we got these queens coming together, they still perpetuated the ongoing beef between them with the simple fact that one person's name couldn't be first.
Yep. And you can't even get mad at them, though, because it's verses. That's what it's about. It just happens their verses is in real life. They just don't like each other. It's like, so why not? They're going to beef anyway. You know what I'm saying? Months down the line, Brandy would have said something subliminal on social. We've seen it. We see it how often.
But why did I because y'all know my imagination is a very sick place. Why did I just you said them having verses in real life. Why did I picture them outside like, hey, because don't sleep. Don't act like when their songs weren't playing, they wasn't trying to out riff one another.
Looking like Gina and Pam. Remember when they was girl.
Gina,
yes.
What's up?
Exactly. That's what I felt like. It was giving me them vibes. It was that for me. It was trying to out sing each other for me.
Okay, so with that being said, we started out with the posters, and then I'm like, okay, I see what type of vibe. And then they were calling each other queens in the comments and stuff. I'm like, y'all stop. But I like it, but stop.
Yeah,
stop. You could just say, hey, looking forward to this.
Right.
Don't queen her, because I still got the Instagram post where you was shading the hell out of her. So let's not let's not queen each other to death, right?
Too much sauce.
So all right, so then we had the merchandise, right? Mm-hmm. And then it was the whole lead up. We pulling out old clips. I'm starting to see headlines that Monica can't remember songs, and I'm just like, y'all, just get Monica's white shoes and let's get to the battle already.
All them shoes, child. To the fact that she even brought them up during the Verzuz. Y'all done made that child address them shoes. How long ago did she wear them shoes? That was 20 years ago. This is 17 something. It was years ago.
The fact that the internet drugged them white shoes back into this. Okay. All right. So we get to the dancery, but ain't no dancing in the dancery, but we get to Tyler Perry Studios. And some of the ICC friends said Brandy was dressed like a bag lady. Some people said Monica was dressed like, what's his name? Farquhar. It's some Disney character. And I'm just like, okay, wow. All right. This is a lot. Yeah. I'm trying to keep it together. All right. Yeah. So it starts. And they did try to address cutely, their previous beef. And I felt like, you know what? I know some people probably wanted to see that or wanted to hear that, but did we really need that?
No.
I don't think we really needed that. No. Just keep it pushing, because by addressing it or trying to clear the air, all you're doing is walking it back. Yeah. And creating a space for somebody to be like, because what really happened was. Yep. So sometimes it's just best not to address anything. Just leave well enough alone. Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that being said, the ladies going to the battle. And okay, it's a battle, even though Timberland and Swiss Beats always try to frame it as a celebration.
Yeah.
I knew it was a battle when Brandy purposefully put her singing with Whitney Houston.
Yes.
On the front of one of her songs that didn't even have, like, the beats per minute didn't even match up. But
no.
You that out there.
Yeah.
Now, for those of us who got the third eye, y'all know that was a jab, because Monica don't have no music with Whitney.
All day. And we all know that's like Brandy's hollow tip bullet. That's her end game. We knew that was coming. Whitney's always her, her go-to.
Because we still don't even know what was on the letter. Remember the note that she said she was going to never reveal? So both her and Monica were Whitney's girls. But right. Brandy feel like, I got that edge. I got that edge. Yep. So yes, she pulled out Whitney Houston with this big old, what is it, Imaginable or whatever the song was called. Yeah. And so she pulls that out as a trigger, right?
Yeah.
Bang, bang. Mm-hmm. Then, not even that. Oh, we're going to get to these poems, Deanna. We're going to get to these poems. Boy. Still I Rise. So then, what happened first? Did Whitney happen first or her using Tupac? 16 like Brandy, I just want to be down.
I think Tupac came first. I can't remember. I'm not sure.
I said you pulled Tupac out. Now, what if Monica had pulled C Murder out on y'all asses? What if Monica had got that call from C Murder and had C Murder like, you? Like, come on, man. So. And Brandy got into her Dr. Maya Angelou bag because they was calling her Brandy Angelou on the social medias.
Bless her heart.
When she got into her poetry bag and, started breaking down a few things, one of my dearest friends, Sarah, sent me this thing that said, now, if Monica started reading letters from C Murder, that thing would have been totally left because that's when Master P would have came in. He would have been mad. Romeo would have been crying. It would have just been a mess. It would have been a mess.
Yeah.
But, overall, I watched probably, honestly, in all transparency, I probably gave those two queens about 30 minutes of my life and then I was out because it was.
Wow. I thought you gave more. I might have gave them about an hour and some change. That you cashed out early. Did they even get to the hits?
I don't know. I don't know. But I came in one time and I heard what was it that I heard? One of my favorite Brandy songs is Almost Doesn't Count.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll pull that out in the comment section when people be trying me. They be like, I'll be like, everybody knows Almost Doesn't Count. You almost tried to read me, but Almost Doesn't Count. And then for Brandy, for Monica, my favorite Monica joint is it's gonna have to be Before You Walk Out of My Life. I gotta take it all the way back to the back bits. That's
my most favorite song of Monica's. That's so funny you said that. I was hoping you said that. And Brandy, Brandy is so weird for me. I think my favorite song from Brandy is probably
I Want Everything.
That's one, but believe it or not, don't chew me up for this one. I actually like, was it Full Moon? It had a crazy beat to it.
Is it that?
Yeah. Yeah, love that track. It's probably not my favorite, but it's in my top 5.
Okay. All right. We can get it. Yeah. Okay. So ICC friends, tell us your favorite Brandy joint. Tell us your all-time favorite Brandy joint and your all-time favorite Monica joint. And we'll just do our own little versus battle up in here in the podcast. Last night, that wasn't it. I was like, is Medea going to come out at some point? Yeah. I needed something.
And then the set was giving me divorce court vibes. Like it did. I felt like I was looking at the studio. You could tell that I'm not trying to, it just didn't give me the Verzuz vibe. Mm-hmm. Like the whole set was just like, the energy was Brandy's energy. What I will say is Brandy's energy was higher than Monica, but that's Brandy's personality. Monica is more laid back, but I felt like Brandy's energy, she tried. Yeah. Oh, so Deanna, I want to go back to Deanna's comment. I'm going to put it back on the screen. So Deanna said, so you missed the sideline hoe when Brandy keeps playing the good girl role. Why you fake the whole marriage? Wow. Okay. True.
So I happened to, because, I gave them 30 consistent minutes, right? But then I kept popping in and out, just in case, they got the fighting in Tyler Perry's studio. I didn't want to miss nothing, right?
Right.
So I was popping in and out, and I happened to pop in, and I know it wasn't nothing but my King Jesus, that I happened to pop in as soon as I heard, use a hoe, use a hoe. Sideline hoe. That's my jam. So the way Monica led into that song was basically the equivalent of letting somebody know, we being cute right now, but I will still kick your ass if you try.
Yeah.
The whole time she was like, there was a time when I would such and such, and Brandy was like, I know, because that was me. I know. And it was just so weird. It was
very
just so
awkward.
Weird.
Very awkward. I think that's the only song Monica got up on that song, didn't she? One of the songs you could see like she was up and she was feeling it. You felt it.
Yes. So as far as my favorite ratchet R&B song, Sideline Ho Sit High.
Okay.
Yeah, it's it high.
Yeah.
Sideline Ho Sit High.
That thing hit though.
That thing be hitting. It be hitting. Brandy, also, I think I tuned in when she played I'll Be Missing You.
Okay,
so yeah. So I tuned in. I caught that in the pop in and the pop out. But so overall, I would have to say that it was a good night in the sense of 2 incredible artists in their own right.
Yeah,
came together, sat down, and played their hit records. And if you don't take anything away from that Verzuz battle, just allow it to just take you through life, because the one thing that I did notice in my 30 minutes in the dancery where they wasn't dancing was that both of these women have made music that literally low key was the soundtrack to our life. Like, Before You Walk Out of My Life came out when I first moved to Atlanta. Okay. Almost Doesn't Count, just all those different songs took me and put me in a different place. Yeah, and it just, it was just like traveling through time. It was just traveling through time. So, I had a decent time in the sense of that, just taking it for what it was. It was just the whole energy for me. Yeah. It was the energy that wouldn't let me stay.
If they broke, did they break the record for streams? for live. They broke the record.
So. I saw 1.1 million when I came in. I have never seen
1.2. I seen one. I've never seen 1. I think it was at 1.2 at one point.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible. But that is. Let's keep it 100. While both of these women are incredibly talented, people were tuning in just to see how they were going to act in each other's presence.
Absolutely.
If those versus battle, if the versus battle was the old format, here, her here.
Yeah. That's you got a good point. That's true.
Yeah. The fact that both of them were right there.
Yep.
Within arm's reach.
Yeah, it's that whole with arm's reach. Within arm's
yeah. Arm's reach.
Yeah.
And so I just would like to know how much money they got paid to do it.
I know.
Because if Swiss and Timberland paid for anybody to do a versus,
it was them.
I would put my money on them.
Oh yeah.
Because think about it. Initially,
Killer, don't get it twisted. Bounty Killer and Beanie Man too. They didn't do that for free. Believe me.
Carla, like,
they doing it for free, and
let me tell you what go on. Please don't tell Carlos I'm trying to talk in a Jamaican accent. I want him to keep loving me. Be like, let me tell you what go on. That's when Adele show up. Like, I said, hey man. I said, you go down, and I said, hey man. Y'all see Adele?
Girl,
Adele be like, Adele was. It's bad. When my 12-year-old daughter, Destiny, sent me a TikTok, she was like, Mommy, they talking about Adele. Will you look at this TikTok? She 12. And listen, I do understand that people outside of our culture, outside of our race are fully capable of loving everything about it. They're fully capable. But then sometimes it just get weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And when I saw Adele with Bantu knots, I said,
"Girl, listen, and that's the thing. Like you said, everyone has their right to love, but sometimes it's just very strange. It is."
Karla, so as being married to an amazing Jamaican man, has he seen that picture of Adele? Because I need to know what the Jamaican community energy is like.
You know what? It's so funny. I'm not sure, but I gotta make sure as soon as we're done. I need his input on that. I don't think so because he would have said something. He'd have said something if he's seen that.
What I would like for you to do is to audio, even better, video record Carlos when you show him that photo. When you show him that photo of Adele.
Yes, I got you. Yes, I'm ready. I just thought about that. He definitely didn't see it because he would have told me. He would have been. You already know him.
Adele was out there like nah. You don't love me. No. I probably tore them words up, but y'all get the point. So anyway, yeah. So in Shatas 2, starring Adele.
I know, right? Not Shatas 2 though. You still.
Be like, coming up on the next film Shatta starring Adele. Adele be like, I love from the other. No, that's the wrong accent. Never mind. I'm cashing out. See, I knew I was going to go too far. I knew I was going to go too far. I knew it. I knew I was going to go too far. I done brought in a whole Puerto Rican. Alo. What's alo?
You know what? That was a whole different. You done created something on that one.
I done got on a boat, went to another country. See, that's what happens when keeping it real goes wrong. That is what happened when keeping it real goes. Okay, so y'all just saw me have a keeping it real goes wrong moment, but y'all get it. If y'all didn't see this picture of Adele,
yes, please go look. Please
go look. All right, so let's talk about Bella Thornton because Bella Thornton done effed up the OnlyFans bag. But we're going to talk about it after we come back from a break. All right? We'll be right back. This is us taking a break. See, I knew I was going to play myself sooner or later on these here podcast streets. I knew I was going to. I got some ice left. Wait. Shantae said she won a versus battle with Patra and Adele. If this is your first time tuning in to the live taping of the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, we apologize.
Yeah, please forgive us. I'm trying to keep myself.
We're gonna be doing the same thing next time we get on here. Okay, let me do my ice real quick. And then... Okay. Can you hear me chewing the ice?
Yep.
You can?
Yes.
Shout out to our microphones.
Yeah.
Wait, can you see the microphone? Shout out to our microphone.
Yes. The best.
Okay. All right, let me lay this thing back down real nice and easy. Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Me. Hello from the... All right, guys, we are back from our break. Shout out to our ICC friends who are tuning in live via Facebook, via YouTube. And if you are listening, wherever you listen to your podcast, thank you so much for listening and partaking in our shenanigans today. My apologies for all the text messages that are coming in while I'm live on the podcast, but it just is what it is. It just is what it is.
Whatever room I'm calling from.
Whatever room I'm calling from. I'll figure out how to turn them off one of these days. But so let's talk about Bella Thorne. Now, Bella Thorne, I have come to know Bella Thorne because my baby girl used to love her some Cece and Rocky on Shake It Up.
Okay.
Bella Thorne used to be a Disney princess, and now, woo, Bella Thorne, now he out here in these streets. Well, she was getting dragged through the streets of the internet recently because she effed up the OnlyFans bag, and that's just the best way to say it. Mm-hmm. Basically, what went down was Bella Thorne joined OnlyFans. And for those of you who don't know what OnlyFans is, OnlyFans was created as a way for celebrities to connect and engage with their audience. It is a subscription-based social media platform. So say if you and I created an OnlyFans for Ice Cream Convos, our ICC friends would be able to come in, they would pay however much money, and then they can just really get exclusive content, deal with us, connect with us, whatever it is. Okay. So Bella Thorne joined OnlyFans, and within a week, my G, your girl copped $2 million.
Damn. Wow.
Is
that a record?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to fight somebody because these text messages. Can you hear the text messages? Can you hear it every time it ding?
Nah. I don't hear no.
Oh, cool. Because it's literally dinging like every 3 minutes. I feel like I'm being caught in a group text where they're shooting. Yeah, it's gunfire. You know, listen, you can survive a shootout quicker
than a group
text.
Yeah, true that.
Fan. All right. So anyway, back to the subject at hand. So Bella Thorne joins OnlyFans, cops $2 million in a week. Wow. But she got dragged through the streets of social media because she was accused of scamming her fans. Let me tell you how she scammed them. Allegedly. She had fans pay an additional $200 in addition to their subscription fee to see pictures of her naked. Not nude. I'm going to say naked. Nekkid, naked. But the gag is, as Kiki Palmer would say, the gag is.
Right.
She was naked, but she was in the pictures like.
She got him.
Got him. So now she done collected this $200 on top of her huge subscription service, right?
Right.
And she, $2 million. So OnlyFans like, hold up. We got to change the rules and regulations around here because Bella Thorne done showed us the cracks in our system because now they got to come up. From what I hear, somebody told me, OnlyFans creators and sex workers on OnlyFans, they would get paid every week, every 7 days. Well, Bella Thorne done came and messed up the bag. So now they're only getting paid every 30 daes.
Oh, they put them on that net 30. Wow.
They put them on the net 30. The net 30. That net 30 will make you want to fight somebody because trust me, I live it.
Wow. Are you serious? So she done effed up the whole bag for everybody. Wow.
And there's additional rules and regulations they put into place, but the biggest one that got everybody mad is from 7 days to 30 days.
Wow. It ain't like they said 7 to every 2 weeks. They went, wow, straight for 30.
30 for 30.
Oh, she hard out in these streets? Anybody check on her?
Listen, I'm going to say about 72 hours later, your girl was in the streets of the internet offering apologies and saying she going to meet with OnlyFans to try to go ahead and talk to them about the new rules and regulations. And she never meant to ruin OnlyFans for the sex workers. Them girls out there that's popping that pee and dropping that wop for their money, they hot.
Yeah.
They are hot and they will fight.
Was she planning on buying OnlyFans? She better buy the whole platform.
Well, she claims that she used her revenue from OnlyFans to fund her production company because she's going to make a movie about sex workers to try to remove, the stigma about sex workers. So she was going to use her $2 million earnings. Girl, I could, for $2 million, I kill myself. Not figuratively, not literally. That's just a scene from Martin when they had
Cole. Shout out to Cole.
Yeah, because you can't take for granted everybody know Martin lines, and then next thing you know, to be a blog post that a blogger got on her podcast saying she's gonna kill herself for $2 million. And then I don't want the people who don't like me to launch a GoFundMe to raise $2 million and be like, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do?"
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a lot. So so shout out to Bella Thorne. She has issued an apology, claims she's gonna go around the OnlyFans and try to get it together. But it's so funny because we just talked about OnlyFans when Don was here last week.
Yep.
Because Don has OnlyFans. Here's the thing though, with OnlyFans, just because someone has an OnlyFans page does not mean they bunky wide open on the internet.
Right.
OnlyFans was created to be a social media site, but the WAPs found out about it and said, "Oh, we can make money. Oh, we can do nudity." There are people doing full-on porn productions on OnlyFans.
Straight infiltrated it.
They was like, "Guys, we're leaving Pornhub. We're gonna go get the real money." Somebody told me about that. I don't know nothing about Pornhub. Somebody told me.
All right.
I don't know nothing about it.
Somebody told me about it.
Yeah, somebody told me about it. So that's that on that. Yeah. So Karla, I wanted to talk about the NBA and the situation with the NBA. Now, the guys are back in the bubble. Yeah. And the whole tragic shooting of Jacob Blake happened. And it sparked a lot of conversation and protests in the sports arena, right? Yeah. From the NBA to the WNBA to I saw Lewis Hamilton on top of his car, but he was doing the Wakanda Forever. But he was doing this at one point in time, but that wasn't for Jacob Blake. But anyway, see how my brain just goes all over the place. But anyway, so the NBA, they literally had to postpone Game 5 of the NBA playoffs because it was the Milwaukee Bucks who was like, "Y'all playing today? Nah."
Yeah.
They just literally, they had already warmed up the court, turned on the lights, and the Milwaukee Bucks was
just make a decision during shoot around, I think, maybe. Right before shoot around, I think the decision was made. I think that's what I read. It was,
So they took their stance. Game 5 of the NBA playoffs was postponed. I think they took a stance on on a Thursday, maybe a Wednesday, but then the playoffs didn't resume until Saturday. Right. But they got right back on the court, finished playing. So a lot of people called their act of protest ineffective. They received, while many praised them, because even Kenny Smith? He walked off of what's their little show?
TNT. TNT Network.
Yeah. And he walked off of that show, and Chuck and Shaq was looking like, "Shit, I still got bills to pay." All right, Kenny, we'll holler at you.
Didn't that girl? I was looking. I think I ran that back. I ain't gonna hold you. I ran that back like 4 times just to look at. I looked at Charles and I looked at Shaq, and they was looking at. Like, all right, man, I'll holler at you.
Hey, text me later, dog. I still got it. Hey, I'm under contract. Like, I ain't trying to mess this bag up. This is a nice, easy bag. Yeah. All I got to do is play, talk about sports, and I ain't messing this up, messing with you.
Yeah, that's That's definitely the vibe I got. I'm not saying that's what, but that's the vibe I got.
So tell me some of your thoughts on this whole NBA.
I have mixed emotions. I have mixed emotions. Just to let you know, but just to let y'all know, me personally, I haven't watched any professional, specifically the NFL, in the last 4 or 5 years. I've always felt like they could take a bigger stand. They should have taken a bigger stand a long time ago. Like if you go back in the NBA, any professional sports history, they've always played a huge role in activism. And I always felt like they just dropped the ball. So I'm happy that it finally hit them and resonated in them, I guess, to do something. But my one question is, what was the end game? Like, what was the goal? Because at the end of the day, you can boycott a few games, but what is the end result of that? What was the point? I also want to say I'm proud of what they did. Us as the consumer or the viewer or the fan, we got to do our part too. We've got to figure out a way of because that's where the money comes from.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, we have a bigger. For us to boycott would be huger than it would be for the athletes or the celebrities. So I just have my emotions are all over about it, but I'm happy it's a start. I don't feel comfortable. I felt like I was disappointed they came back. That's what I will say. This season, I was hoping they wrote it out at least until next season.
So what's the word of the day, Karla?
The word of the day is organization.
You got to have your protest organized.
Yeah. That's the thing too. We have to organize. If we're going to boycott, if we're going to do anything, the very first step is organization. If you look at all the boycotting, it wasn't organized. Even with the Bucks, I don't know if everyone knows, the Bucks decided to make that decision. It wasn't organized with the other teams. I read reports LeBron James was very vocal about how angry he was with the Bucks for not, and I can understand that. Can you imagine you warming up, and then all of a sudden it's like, what, we're boycotting? That had to be.
They're like,
yeah, exactly. So it's and then you brought up a good point about the WNBA.
Okay, y'all.
No, it's still a good point. And you're not being, but we have to organize. That's a visual example.
Okay. So the word of the day is organized. So every week we will have a word of the day for the ICC podcast. And Karla so brilliantly came up with the word organization. Is it organization or organized? Organization. Okay.
Organization.
I'm at the point. I love you so much.
Give me a pointer. I'm gonna give me a pointer.
Yeah, so you could be like this. Wait. Well, that's a letter opener, but all right. So a visual representation of not being organized, falling through. Yeah. Please don't overlook the positive things that we say for anything that could be perceived as negative, because that's not the space that we live in, but we like to call it how we see it.
Yeah.
When the WNBA did an outward showing of solidarity or protest, however way you would like to frame it, for Jacob Blake, they decided to come in with T-shirts with the letters of his name on the T-shirts. And so the T-shirts is spelled out Jacob Blake as they walked in. So, in most sports, they show us LeBron walking in, they show us Russell Westbrook walking in his giddy up of the day. Show us James Harden walking in his big old beard and
the beard. The beard.
That's that beard. I just know that beard be tickling thighs. I'm just gonna say that. But anyway, so the ladies of the WNBA, as they walking in, the cameras are there. This y'all, okay, ladies, this our moment. And they did not walk in synchronized order. And I was like, what is Jacoblaki? What is Jabuka?
Yeah.
What is lockup? Jablockup? Ladies. All you had to do in the back was just line up. Give me a J. Give me a A. Give me a B.
And we're not, and I know we're laughing, but that's just like you said, visually. Like I know that seems small, and what they did was awesome. It was very symbolic, but it shows you we're just not. We have to organize.
The word, Karla. Hit him with the word.
Organization, y'all. That's it. We got to organize.
All y'all had to do was just line up. Whoever was in charge could have been like, sit, Jay. Hey. See, I'm here. Yo, y'all walked in having me feeling like I didn't even know what the heck y'all was spelling. But my husband did tell me, JB, who is now our sports editor, he did tell me that once they got on the court, they lined up right. But just how dope that had been as they walked in, like JACOBRBLAK.
Yes.
That could have been a moment. That could have been a moment just on the walk-in.
Yep.
Everybody could have had that straight face, and then when the camera panned to the back of them, they had the bullet holes on the back of the shirt.
Yes. And see, that's the thing. You made a good point. The camera's always on them coming out of the tunnel, coming out into so that's why it stood out and we seen it, I guess. But yes, I'm glad they did get it together when they got on the court. But
shout out to the ladies of the WNBA, because I was like, I
love them now.
It's a Jalakapi. I was like, oh, they spelling Jacob.
That's when it clicked in right after you had to play. Scrambled letters.
Speaking of Jacob Blake, just a quick update. How ridiculous was it that they had Jacob Blake handcuffed to his hospital bed? Like, and listen, we're not going to act like we've never heard of anyone being handcuffed to a hospital bed before. Right. That is not
protocol with certain situations.
Situations, but with a hard T at the end.
Yeah.
If you shoot the man 7 times in his back, the video is viral. We see that it is an unjust shooting. This man is paralyzed from the waist down. Bruh, where is he going? And to add insult to injury, they handcuffed one of his legs to the bed.
That's horrible. It's disgusting. It is. It's just disgusting. It's nothing else you can say about that. It's no excuse for that. And the sad part about that is that goes on every day somewhere in every city in this country.
It does. And so they later, after that became a headline, they later tried to clean it up and say, he had outstanding warrants, outstanding felony warrants for another situation. And me, I'm reading it like, here we go. Here we go with the Carfax report. Here we go. Yeah. So they were saying, it's protocol and his bond has been paid. So someone had to pay money to get that handcuff off of his leg. It just wasn't removed off of GP or, doing something with some dignity and respect for this man. Somebody paid money to have that thing removed. So they was that's
disgusting.
His bond has been paid, so we removed it.
That's a disgrace. That's like you said, it's just insult to injury. And I hope they get, when all this is said and done, I hope they get every dime. They suck out every dime of that city.
I also saw a headline, and I guess this would be our update segment, but I also saw a headline, and I'm only going to breeze over it. I'm not sure if you had an opportunity to know or see anything about it. I haven't done my own due diligence homework. So ICC friends, if there's something that or something I may have wrong, feel free to correct me. I'm always open to being corrected with constructive criticism. But I saw a headline that said that, remember the drug dealer that they were looking for when the police did the no-knock warrant on Breonna Taylor's house and they went to the wrong house? I saw a headline. I didn't bother to read the story because I was so disgusted and I was already so spent and worn out from Chadwick Boseman that I said, I can't even give energy to this. But there was another headline that said that the actual dude that they were looking for was offered a plea deal.
I saw that.
In exchange for naming Breonna Taylor as his co-D.
Yep. I saw that. I did see that. I brushed over that too. And I think that's pretty accurate. I saw it from, I think, a pretty reliable source. I was hoping that's not true, but just reading it sounds very possible. Not that she was but this is what they're doing. They're building their, like you said, you know, they're making their way to sweep all this stuff under the carpet. That I feel it.
I am totally convinced, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, it's okay.
I am totally convinced that the reason why Breonna's case is taking so long is because somebody is in the back on their Teddy Ruxpin trying to figure out or come up with some outlandish tomfoolery, something to try to cover this up, to try to make the attorney general said he has he now has the ballistic reports. Bruh, you mean to tell me if had it been the other way around and Breonna and her man and someone else had ran up in an officer's house, they would have had that ballistic report by the time the sun rose the next day. They would have had charges. They would have been taken into custody. They would have had the whole book library, the whole Encyclopedia Britannica and everything else thrown at them, and they would be under the jail already, case closed.
Yep. And we're still sitting here and no one has been arrested. One's been fired, right? One got fired.
One. He the scapegoat.
He's still not arrested. Fired is not.
But can we talk about this on really? And I don't plan to deep dive back into this, but what was crazy is the fact that the officers haven't been charged. When they ran up in Breonna's house and was shooting bullets, those bullets went through the wall and was going into the homes of apartments next to her. So not only did you kill this woman, you endangered the other residents in the community.
Yep. And that goes on so often. That happens. That's something else that goes on so often, you know, and they're not held accountable for it. That's a problem.
Sarah chimed in saying the article I read claimed he was her ex and that she communicated with him when he was in jail. I think it was a big F up and no one wants to admit it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Terrible. The cover up. The cover up. I mean, we've seen this so many times on TV and in movies, but y'all, this is real life and we are fighting a bigger monster than any of us could ever imagine.
Yep. It's scary, honestly. You know, just the fact that you can just end someone's life like that and then just be free, just walk freely and not be held accountable for it. It's just insane.
And then try to make them out to be a whole criminal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we see it. How many more times do we have to see it? Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so let me raise the mood because I feel like I need Captain Morgan.
Let's pick this thing up. Yeah.
I feel like I need some Captain Morgans and we're running low. Send out the bat signal. Captain Morgan. P Valley, down in the valley where the girls get naked. Now, I know, Karla, I already know, I'm not going to put you on the spot. I know that you are not caught up in the very last episode.
No, please wait. Okay, go ahead.
But I am going to say this. The last episode of P Valley, for those of you, if you have not watched P Valley yet, cash out. Put a condo on your wrist and cash out. Give me 3 minutes and I promise I'll get right back. But P Valley, hands down, is one of my favorite shows on television because this is our What Are You Watching segment, okay? So for the What You Watching segment, I'm going to come right back to P Valley. In the last episode of P Valley, it kind of touched me in a special place. Not that place, but it didn't touch me in my Niecy Nash.
Hey, I'm just saying.
It didn't touch me in my Niecy Nash. Because that's what I'm gonna start calling her now, Niecy Nash.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah. Be like, girl, what you doing? Just washing my Niecy Nash. Be like, where you headed? To the Niecy Nash. Be like, girl, let me put these cotton drawers on my Niecy Nash. Okay. Sorry. I'm focused. Focus. Okay. So P Valley, down in the valley where the girls get naked. This particular episode resonated with me because those of you who remember when I used to sing, I had to stop singing because I couldn't get past my stage fright. My stage fright completely ruined my singing career. Not to mention that I was just an average singer at best, but just with I mean, let's just be honest. Okay.
But now.
So with that being said, my stage fright was I had to literally decide, like, do I want to go on stage or do I want to go ahead and release these bubble guts in the nearest restroom? That's where I was every single time my intro music started. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm meant to write about the singers and just not be one. I'll still yang around the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll be like, Karla, what's up? No, seriously, sidebar. Karla will tell you every time I call her and she answers the phone, it is something different.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. I get like, I don't care what mood I'm in. Like I could be in the worst mood and I get that phone call from her. It could be a song from any genre. Yeah.
Karla will answer the phone and be like, what's up, bestie? Don't stop. Get it.
And then she'll call me, and it could be then you'll call me and me singing like you gotta know when to hold them or when to, what's the
you got to know when to hold them. You better count your money.
It's the best.
I'm gonna try her next week, and when she answers the phone, I'm gonna say, "There's some hoes in this house."
Wow.
Get a bucket and a mop. It's a
hey,
Niecy Nash.
That might be the word next week. Niecy Nash.
Niecy Nash. I want Niecy Nash name on that board next week. I promise, Shorty. I promise. But so with that being said, so this particular episode, Lil Murda, who is one of the main characters on the show, he was struggling with his stage fright. And I was like, Lil Murda, I understand. That was me too, Lil Murda. I was there, Lil Murda. Mm-hmm. So Mississippi, Niecy Nash. I would give Mississippi my whole stimulus check. I would literally just give her my whole stimulus check. It don't make me no never mind. I'll get another one later on. So Mississippi was trying to help Lil Murda get through this stage fright and push past it. Mm-hmm. Karla, Mississippi had Lil Murda get butt bonky naked. She took him into the VIP room, got him up on the table, and had him perform butt bonky naked. Now, I have remembered, and I do remember I think all of us have heard this. You know, when you have to give a presentation or something, just picture the whole audience naked and it'll help you relax. Okay. Yeah. Well, Mississippi flipped the script. She made Lil Murda naked so that he could relate to her as a dancer, as a stripper, having to be naked in front of the crowd.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I was like, all right, I don't think nobody wants to see me naked, but unless y'all want to go to my OnlyFans. No, I'm kidding. I don't have OnlyFans. I'm kidding. I don't have OnlyFans. I'm gonna get one now. So y'all not gonna read these blog posts. Y'all gonna subscribe to these WAP pictures for my Niecy Nash. So anyway, all right. So with that being said, I gotta focus. My ADHD is cutting up today. All right. So anyway, she has Lil Murda get up on this table and she has him dance butt bonky naked with nothing but his shoes on, right? I think he might have had his gold chains on, maybe.
He had the chains on now?
He had the chains on. He let his chains hang low. Yeah, remember that. All right, and some socks. So he is performing, and where it all falls apart is when he, you rap and you like, and he spitting whatever his little country lyrics are. And then I'm sorry for my microphone steady rocking, but then he got down, when you get down and be like, right? When you hit, like, kind of go down into a squat because you bringing it down like this.
Yeah.
Lil Murda did a whole squat on P Valley, butt bonky naked. And the camera was on the back of him and nothing fell down in the middle. I was hot. Hot.
Nothing? Oh, wow.
He did a full-on squat. He was down, and nothing fell down in the middle. I didn't see
nothing.
I didn't see a pole, a ball, nothing.
No, not even a silhouette or nothing.
Not even a silhouette in the dark. Girl, they had Lil Murda looking like a Ken doll. Remember the old Ken dolls?
Just a crotch.
It's just a crotch. This is a flat crotch. I said, Lord, they got Lil Murda out here like a Ken doll. just like a Ken doll. I said, wow. And don't act like I'm the only person who undressed a Ken doll to see if what he had downstairs. I'm not the only one. Yeah. So so he was built like a whole Ken doll, about like nothing. Not even a shadow. I said, well,
no, nothing. That's me like, dang,
ain't no Niecy Nash hanging down. Just nothing.
You got a pocket.
Just not, and I rewinded it just to make sure I ain't missed nothing.
You have, of course.
He went down. He was like, and I was like,
yeah, gravity just set up for that. Yeah, I ain't mad at you for rewinding the gravity. It's naturally supposed to happen.
I started to. Monica said it may have been cold in the valley.
Bye, Monica. Yeah, I'm just saying, right?
It may have been cold in the valley where the girls get naked. Little Berta dropped it and nothing was hanging.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
So if y'all have not caught up on P-Valley, you might want to go look at that episode.
Oh, yeah. I definitely got to catch up.
I was like, Little Berta built like a Ken doll at the bottom. Poor Uncle Clifford. All right, so with that being said, Karla, what you watching? Because I done told you what I'm watching.
Listen, it's so crazy. I'm actually watching old episodes on Trip of Moesha, because when I'm working on a project, I'm working on CJ's classroom, as everyone says, my son's home classroom.
Yes, I love his home classroom.
When I'm working, I tend to watch, is it me or you tend to watch like reruns of stuff? When I'm working and I can't physically look at the TV the whole time because my attention can't be on it, I always go to old school stuff. So would it be when did she come on Netflix? Last month when they released it, I just let it run. So it's so funny because when I watched the Verzuz last night, I'm like, well, damn, I feel like I've seen Brandy all day.
Girl, I'm tired of you. Go on, Brandy Angelou.
Yeah, so I'm not really on. I got to play catch up. Only thing I did get to catch was the latest episode of marriage hip hop boot camp. That's the only thing I caught up on. So.
Yeah, the tomfoolery of that.
Yeah.
The tomfoolery. So we have a request from Sarah. She wants to talk about old episodes of the game.
Oh, yes. Listen, that's next, Sarah. That's next for me. With my the game, I don't know.
Y'all, listen, I'm gonna need y'all to step into the 20th century. Well, no, I'm gonna need y'all to step into 2020 with these shows. But another great show that I definitely want to recommend is Lovecraft Country. It comes on HBO, stars Journey Smollett and Courtney B. Vance. It's just a awesome black ass cast. Okay. I just love it. But it deals with it's a period piece, so it's like in the backpack. So it's like in, I think, the 60s, maybe the 50s. I love
period pieces. That's
so it's like in the 50s, but it's dealing with racism and it's dealing with supernatural. So now you fighting the white people down the street who trying to set your house on fire and the aliens in the woods at night.
Wow.
It's different.
I'm going to check that out. Yeah, that is different. Very different.
Lovecraft Country is magnifique. And Journey Smollett with that red lipstick. Mm-hmm. Niecy Nash on a Niecy Nash.
We got to drop that. I need to make a beat.
You do need to make a beat.
Yeah, so we can work that out.
Yep, they need to make a WAP remix. With Niecy Nash.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be dope. That actually would be fire.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh yes. Octavia also added with the ancestors as well. Yeah, it's a great show. There was a moment that happened at the very end of last week's episode that literally left me in awe. Like I was just like that's my awe face. I was like, it was fantastic. Great show. Just check it out if you get a chance. So if you don't let me tell you to watch nothing else, go look at Lil Murder. Go look at Lil Murder, Niecy Nash, and watch Lovecraft Country. All right. So also a programming note, on Sunday, Power Book 2 Ghost will premiere.
Okay.
So the first sequel for Power will begin on Sunday. Also, it is the P-Valley season finale. Also, so listen, let me line your Sunday night up. 8:00 P-Valley season finale. 9:00. Wait a minute. We got a conflict of interest here because 9:00 is the new Power Book Ghost, but it's also the same time for Lovecraft Country. I think Lovecraft come on at 10, maybe. I don't know. But y'all just work it out between you and your DVRs. But also Uncensored comes back on TV One. And I know for a fact that's 10 o'clock. So I just can't remember what time Lovecraft Country comes on. So I would really, really appreciate it if one of my ICC friends were to drop down in the comments, kind of let me know. But I can't remember if it's 9 or 10 because we never watch it when it actually comes on because we're doing other things and working. Okay. So very, very good. Very, very good. And also for those of you who like to watch TV like me, today is the day that I release the 10 things that you can watch between Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, Bounce. You see me adding the Black Network in there. You see me. Mm-hmm. Bounce and Disney Plus. So I've included 10 things. One thing that I was very, very excited about, just full disclosure, I talked to Destiny. Destiny is my 12-year-old junior CEO. Shout out to Stephanie. Stephanie came through real quick, 9 o'clock for Lovecraft Country. Okay. And thank you, Joanna, as well. 9 o'clock. See, listen, ask in my ICC Friends show. Yes. What was I saying? The list. Mm-hmm. I was talking to Destiny because Destiny comes to me at the end of the month to let me know what new programming Netflix comes with for the following month. Because that's what junior CEOs do. Oh, yeah. Right? Because she knows I can pile. She knows that I can pile this list for the ICC Friends, right? So she came and she was like, Mom, she was like, the only thing I'm really excited about is Enola Holmes, and that stars Millie Bobby Brown. So, that's her girl. So that's why she's all about that. So I started going through and I started getting a little disappointed because I'm going through and I'm trying to find, while we have a diverse audience, I still want to find content that speaks to us, right? So I wasn't finding it. I wasn't finding like nothing that really was geared towards the Black audience. And lo and behold, today, because I started not to do the list, and I went and something said, just check one more time. And I checked. They are doing a documentary about, hold on. I want to read it to you verbatim because I'm so excited about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I wanted. And I was so excited that I actually text Destiny and I was like, look. And she was like, oh my gosh. And she was so excited as well. Aww. All right. So, of course, the big things coming out is like, what's it called? Why am I drawing a blank? Is the movie called Mulan? That's the Disney Plus. That's the thing that they've been pushing all week. So that's going to be our Friday night movie. Okay. Antebellum is also coming out this month on demand on September 18th. That is the Janelle Monáe movie. Okay. But what I was most excited about is a documentary coming on Netflix called A Song for Latasha. The description: a dreamlike portrait of a 15-year-old girl whose shooting death sparked the 1992 LA riots. Wow. That Latasha. Okay. It's that Latasha. So wow. Yeah. That's and I'm just like, oh, yes. Yeah. So all you have to do is visit icecreamconvos.com to check out the list. And when you see the list, there are content descriptions as well as trailers for you to watch and just to get a feel for each one of the programs that I included, just to see if it's up your alley, something that you'd be interested in watching. Now, as more content is announced and, released, I will go ahead and update the list. So it starts out with 10, but you know how we do. So I'll be adding more as time goes on. And another programming note, Sister is now streaming on Netflix. Okay. And Girlfriends will begin streaming on Netflix later this month. Okay. So for those of you who want to live in the past, you can go watch Sister episodes and you can go watch Girlfriends episodes. But I might slip back in them Girlfriends because them Girlfriends episodes. Yeah, they the best. Yeah. Especially when a homegirl, she used to be talking about Jabari. She used to call him Jumanji and Jungle Gym and all that stuff. Woo, I used to live for that. Yes. All right. So I really think that we have covered all of our topics today because, if I don't go ahead and cash out, I'll start rambling and y'all will really get mad. So before we go, I just want to remind everyone to download the ICC app, subscribe to our YouTube, connect with us on Instagram and Facebook. We are Ice Cream Convos Podcast on both Facebook and Instagram. And connect with Ice Cream Convos on Instagram too. Girl, our Ice Cream Convos page, it be popping. Yes. It's popping. Yes. It's really popping. I'm happy about that for the very reason that, for long, we always pick up followers, but engagement be dumb. Like those algorithms be killing us. Yeah. The algorithms kill us. So to hell with the algorithms. Shout out to y'all.
Yes.
Be banished forever.
Thank you.
And you end up in a cell with R. Kelly and somebody trying to stab you with a letter opener. Oh my gosh. I truly honestly believe R. Kelly paid somebody to attack him so they would let him out of jail. But that's another day for another story. No, another story for another day. That's it. Yes. All right, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you to all of our ICC friends who engaged with us for almost 2 hours. Yes. For those of you who kicked it in the comments and gave us your feedback and your input and corrected me a few times. Thank you. I appreciate that because I'll be getting a little to the left. But we sincerely appreciate it. And Karla and I are still working out the logistics for Friday. Okay, the real story is every Friday I'll be like, Karla, I can't do it today. That's the real story. But we are going to push towards recording twice a week and going live twice a week. So this Friday gonna be it, y'all. We gonna get this thing. We gonna do this thing. We gonna get it. We gonna do it. So in the meantime, tomorrow I will be interviewing Mark Curry. So if you guys get a notification, it will be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can meet myself and Mark back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. And I'll be talking to him about In the House. I think In the Cut. In the Cut. Okay. Edit that. Yeah, I'll be talking to Mark Curry about In the Cut, a series on Bounce TV where he will be guest starring. So we will go ahead and be talking to him tomorrow. So if you are free around 1 p.m., slide back through and kick it with myself and Mark Curry. I'm going to give Karla the day off because, she does what she do. We need to have her figure out what our word of the week for next week. Niecy Nash. So until next time, I need all of you to keep your Niecy Nashes.
You know what? Goodbye.
Okay. I love Niecy Nash though. I do. I really do. I don't know if I love her that much, but I do love Niecy Nash. All right, guys. So we love you guys and stay safe, take care. And hopefully if I can get my life together, we will see you back this Friday. If not, please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the Ice Cream Convos podcast. We have lots of fun over here and we would love for you to join in on the shenanigans. Okay. So ICC.
We all we got.
Peace out, y'all. Love you.